Hello and welcome to today's video. We're diving into the Elgato Wave Mic Arm Pro, but not for its usual job. I had a question. Could this arm hold a full digital SLR setup? We're talking about a Sony A7RV paired with a 24-70mm lens, f2.8, so it's really heavy, a three-legged thing air ball head, and even an Elgato Prompter. Altogether, that's nearly 2.7 kilograms of gear. Could a mic arm handle that? Well, let's find out. As a filmmaker and content creator, I need a setup that's not just professional but also easy to use. Let me explain. I spend a lot of time on Zoom calls with clients, presenting ideas or recording technical videos. I want it to look polished, maintain eye contact using a prompter, and ensure everything is seamless. But here's the thing, setting up a tripod, traditional rig takes time and space. And for someone like me with ADHD, by the time I've wrestled with all that, the energy and enthusiasm for creating the content is actually gone. That's why I needed something that's almost plug and play, if you like. Attach a camera, position an arm, switch on some lights, and you're ready to go. Quick, simple, and effective. Now let's talk about the arm itself. Here's what it's holding. A Sony A7RV, a 24-70mm f2.8 lens, a three-legged thing AirHed Neo 2 ball head, and optionally an Elgato Prompter for some calls or for some scripts. Altogether, that's nearly 2.7 kilograms of weight. And this mic arm handles it like a champ. The resistance is fantastic, keeping the setup stable even when fully extended. Adjustments are smooth, and the arm stays exactly where I position it without sagging. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised it's labeled as a mic arm, but it's like a dolly. It actually feels like it could handle more weight. I don't want to push it though. Now, I'll be up front, this arm is expensive at full price, which made me hesitate in buying it. However, the Black Friday deal brought it down to 149 quid, and I had some Amazon vouchers as well. And that gave me the push to give it a go. And I'm glad it did. So this does work for me, but there are some downsides. I've noticed one issue with the build quality around the small joint that's holding the camera mount. It feels a little bit flimsy and can slide forward unless it's tightened firmly. And when I say tightened firmly, it feels like it's going to break. I have reached out to Elgato about it. I'm not sure if I'll hear anything back, but it is worth mentioning and worth a try. When it comes to the arm itself, the tension can be adjusted. If you have it set too tight or you want it for really heavy gear and then you take your gear off, it can spring up, so do be mindful. It's like, I think it's a pneumatic arm in there or something. I have this attached to the rear of my Secret Lab desk, and it's not ideal. It's a good position, but what it does is it holds the access to the plugs, the little tray at the back that flips up, and it gives you access to all the plugs. So every time I need to change stuff, which isn't very often to be fair, I have to then unclamp the arm. It's fairly straightforward, but it's a good place for it because it reaches around the back of the desk. I can have the monitor to the left, and it enables me to then just work. So to answer the question, does this mic arm work with more than just mics? Of course it does. It holds a full digital SLR setup, not just smaller cameras, but also quite beefy stuff. Now, what are the drawbacks? Yes, as I've mentioned at the price, it is quite expensive, but it's a really good piece of gear. One of the things I've also noticed, and I mentioned this before, is the build quality. The small arm holding this mount can't slide forward unless it's tightened really, really hard. It's something I'll keep an eye on because I'm not sure how it'll hold up over time. But for now, it's working, and it's working well. So is the Elgato Wave Mic Arm Pro worth it for this kind of setup? Yeah, absolutely. For now, it's compact, reliable, easy to set up. If you're somebody who loves creating but hates the hassle of setting up, this actually might make it a bit easier for you. I'm sharing this because I was curious about this issue and use case. Chances are somebody else is out there considering it too. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, whatever you do for the rest of the day, have a good one. And I will catch you later.